Hello, and welcome to the 120th edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Bruckert, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Bruckert, also known as Oktoberfest this time of the year. Anyway, we're going to be having another great German beer today. We're going to have the Spaten Optimator, which is a DoppelBock. And we're going to talk a little bit about what a DoppelBock is. We're going to talk about, the history, a little bit of some things about it. So let me go ahead and real quick open this because we do have some rain in the background, as you can see. We got some storms coming in, so I don't want to get soaked. So I'm going to kind of go through this and try and do it fast, but make sure that we still get good quality content here because this is a great beer and it deserves to be recognized. Now, Bock or DoppelBock, Doppel just means double, so it's a double Bock, okay? This particular DoppelBock ranks at 88 out of 100, which ranked it as very good. It's a 7.6% alcohol by volume beer, so it's got a little bit of booziness to it. When you smell it, what you're typically going to smell is, so you smell like the malty, maybe some like dark fruits. Like bread. I smell like a fig almost, I think, and caramel type scent that I'm getting out of this. Again, this is a bottom fermented beer. It doesn't have a lot of these things that you smell in it, but it's brought forth the way they produce the beer, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and sample this and make sure it's, tasting right for us. Oh, that is a beautiful beer. I haven't had an Optimator in a while. I used to drink these all the time, and I don't know why I quit, getting the Optimator because what a fantastic beer. The beer you get a sweetness up front, then you get like a booziness, but then it kind of finishes almost with like that fig toffee almost type flavor. And that's all brought forward, I believe, from the malts that they use and the way they roast the malt. So, excellent beer. I mean, very good beer. Now, if you want to know what Bock means, this is something I actually did some research. The original Bock was in a town called Einsbach, and that was in the 14th century. And Einsbach or Bock, that actually means, they shortened it to Bock after a while, but Einsbach actually means billy goat. So if you're ever in the store and you see, like on the Anger Celebrator box, they have the little charm with the billy goat on there, okay? And they have that on other beers too, the little billy goat, other Bocks. So that is just from where in the 14th century, the city of Einsbach, that was Einsbach means billy goat. So that's why you see that. It's a little known fact. A lot of people don't know about it. So hopefully you learned something new today about that. They didn't adopt Bock beer into Munich until like the 17th century. So for 3 centuries they were doing this in this town of Einsbach, where the predominant beer, or one of the major beers, were the Bock beers. Then in Munich in like the 17th century they adopted it, and they've been putting out great beers since then. So the beer is dark, and it doesn't have like a dark, like a stout type flavor. It's a much more malty. I don't know how to explain it. A malty, rich, like dark fruit, like got a malty sweetness to it that just makes it such a delight to drink. This is not a beer you'd sit around the pool and sip, although I am sitting by a rainy pool today. But, I mean, as far as a classic German-style beer, I mean, this is just fantastic. And I always think about these things when I think about drinking, Bock-type beers, this one or any of the other Bock beers. They're just enjoyable to drink. Again, not by the pool, but they're really good in the fall to winter. You get a good DoppelBock. You can just sit and, around a campfire. Just a great beer in general. So make sure you check it out. And as we talked about right now, some of these beers, especially if you go to like Total Wine, they're putting a lot of these German beers on sale because the fact that they produced all these beers for Oktoberfest, not only in Germany but all around the world. And a lot of those celebrations have been canceled, due to the goings on with the COVID and all that. So make sure you take advantage and check out some of these beers, and you can probably get some good values, not only now, actually the beginning of Oktoberfest, but it should go through all the way through Oktoberfest and then along beyond that, because I have a feeling with this, the overabundance of production of beers for all the festivals that were anticipated to happen, we're going to find some real bargains on German beers. So make sure you take advantage of that. Now, if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends, and they tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends, until everybody knows about what great fun we're having drinking beer and talking about beer on Beer Issues. If you want to help support Beer Issues, you can do two things. You can either go to shop.beerissues.com, buy some of the cool gear that we have, shirts, hats, phone cases, you name it, we got it all. Or you can send me beer. Hey, you know what? I love to talk about a beer somebody sent me more than I like to talk about a beer that didn't get sent to me. Because, beer costs money. So anyway, if you've got a beer and you want me to check it out, talk about it, we'll talk about you if you want. Just get a beer that you really love and you want me to talk about, and I'll do it. So make sure you check out Beer Issues and tell your friends about it. And as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.